Think a hot dog is just a sausage in a bun with mustard? Think again. In America, hot dogs are a regional obsession, from bacon-wrapped desert legends to a Chicago style that treats ketchup like a crime. We start in Chicago with what might be the most strictly policed food on earth. Let's get one thing straight. If you ask for ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago, the vendor won't just say no, they might actually mock you out loud. To Chicagoans, ketchup ruins the balance of the beef and hides low-quality meat. Instead, a real Chicago dog is aggressively dragged through the garden. It's an all-beef hot dog in a steamed poppy seed bun, layered with yellow mustard, neon green sweet relish, chopped raw onions, ripe tomato wedges, a giant dill pickle spear, pickled sport peppers, and a heavy dash of celery salt. Every single ingredient has a purpose. The pickle gives you crunch, the sport peppers bring a sharp, vinegary heat, and the celery salt ties the whole savory bomb together. It's loud, messy, and Chicago will defend it to the death. If Chicago is about strict rules, Arizona is about total culinary chaos. Heading into the desert heat of Tucson and Phoenix, the Sonoran hot dog completely throws traditional hot dog etiquette out the window. This isn't a snack, it's a heavy-duty feast. It starts with a jumbo hot dog wrapped tightly in thick-cut bacon, grilled until the bacon grease renders out and forms a deep, dark, crispy shell. But instead of a flimsy hot dog bun, it's stuffed inside a massive, boat-shaped Mexican bolillo roll that can actually hold the weight. Then comes the tidal wave of toppings: savory pinto beans, grilled onions, fresh tomatoes, a heavy drizzle of mayonnaise, mustard, and a fiery green jalapeno salsa. Pure food snobs turn their noses up at putting mayo and beans on a hot dog, but locals know this sweet, smoky, spicy combination is pure perfection. Here's a hot dog that causes instant confusion, starting with its name. The New York system wiener has almost nothing to do with New York. It belongs entirely to Rhode Island, the smallest state in America with one of the biggest food egos. Greek immigrants opened these stands in the early 1900s, slapping New York on the sign purely as a marketing trick to sound authentic. But the real spectacle is how it's made. Cooks assemble them by lining up a dozen buns directly along their bare forearm, a legendary technique known as up the arm. These small pork and veal wieners are topped with yellow mustard, diced raw onions, celery salt, and a very specific heavily spiced meat sauce made with allspice, nutmeg, and clove. That aromatic, warm spice blend freaks out first-timers who expect traditional chili, but in Rhode Island, questioning the recipe is practically treason. If you want to trigger an absolute uproar among hot dog purists, take them to Seattle after midnight. In the Pacific Northwest, street vendors serve something that sounds completely unhinged on paper but has achieved full cult status: a hot dog slathered with warm cream cheese. Yes, actual cream cheese. Born in the 1980s music scene outside late-night clubs, this style takes a grilled hot dog or spicy polished sausage, splits it down the middle, and lays it inside a toasted bun coated in a thick, warm layer of cream cheese. It's finished with sweet grilled onions and pickled jalapenos. People outside Washington recoil at the idea of hot dairy on a sausage, but the heat melts the cream cheese into a rich, velvety sauce that cuts right through the smoky meat and spicy peppers. It sounds wrong until you bite into it, and suddenly you realize Seattle was right all along. Over in Ohio, the Cincinnati cheese coney completely blurs the line between a street food hot dog and a plate of pasta. And just like Seattle, it drives outsiders completely crazy. Created by Greek and Macedonian immigrants in the 1920s, the star of the show is a runny, Mediterranean-style chili sauce infused with cinnamon, allspice, and even dark chocolate. To build it, a small pork and beef frank is tucked into a soft bun, drenched in this sweet and savory chili, topped with mustard and raw onions, and then, here, the controversial part, buried under a literal mountain of finely shredded cheddar cheese. The pile of cold cheese is so ridiculously tall that you can't even see the hot dog underneath. Detractors call it a soggy, sweet mess, but locals eat millions of them a year and will fight anyone who disrespects the coney. Speaking of chili dogs, we have to address one of the fiercest food rivalries in American history. Despite the name Coney Island, Michigan, not New York, is the undisputed capital of the coney dog. In Detroit, a real coney requires a natural casing frankfurter that literally snaps when you bite into it. It's laid in a steamed bun and topped with a thick, savory chili sauce made from beef hearts, giving it a deep, mineral, intensely meaty flavor profile you won't find anywhere else. Add yellow mustard, diced white onions, and nothing else. The drama here is legendary. In downtown Detroit, two iconic restaurants, Lafayette Coney Island and American Coney Island, sit directly next door to each other. They've been locked in a bitter 100-year rivalry, forcing families, tourists, and locals to pick a side. Choosing the wrong door can ruin a friendship. While the rest of the country grills, steams, or sears their hot dogs, New Jersey takes a far more aggressive approach. They drop them straight into a vat of boiling, bubbling oil. Welcome to the New Jersey Ripper. Made famous by legendary spots like Rutt's Hut, these hot dogs aren't cooked gently. They are deep-fried at extreme heat until the natural casing snaps, rips open, and bubbles up into a crispy, gnarly texture, which is exactly how the dog got its name. Purists complain that deep-frying dries out the meat, but fans know it creates an insanely crunchy, caramelized outer crust while locking all the juices inside. It's served on a soft bun with a signature homemade relish made from cabbage, mustard, and secret spices. It's greasy, crunchy, and unapologetically Jersey. When you look at all 8 of these hot dogs side by side, it exposes the massive divide in American food culture. On one side, you have the traditionalists in cities like Chicago and Detroit, where hot dog construction is treated like a science with strict, unbreakable rules. One wrong topping like ketchup or the wrong mustard and you're instantly ostracized. On the other side, you have the wild innovators in Arizona, Seattle, and Ohio, who treat the hot dog bun as a lawless blank canvas. Whether it's melting cream cheese, piling on pinto beans and mayo, or dumping a mountain of cinnamon chili and cheddar on top, these regions prove that rules are meant to be broken. What's crazy is that every single one of these regional styles started as an affordable, working-class meal created by immigrants trying to feed their communities. Today, they've evolved into fierce regional identities. 8 regions, 8 completely wild hot dogs. So which side are you on, the strict rules of Chicago or the cream cheese madness of Seattle? Drop your pick in the comments right now, hit that like button, and subscribe for more food deep dives. See you next time.